Live from Westbrook, Maine, it's Synergent News Now, your connection to timely updates to help your credit union deliver best-in-class service to your members. Here are your hosts, Jen Burke and Tim Brooks.
Good afternoon, and thanks for joining us for today's edition of Synergent News Now. I'm Tim Brooks, Synergent's Vice President of Marketing.
And I'm Jen Burke, Assistant Vice President of Communications and Outreach.
It's been another great year at Synergent, hasn't it, Jen?
It really has, Tim. Now let's get to today's top news stories. Synergent has made significant changes in its Scimitar core offerings over the last 12 months, with even more changes on the way. For more on this, we turn to Allie Gill, Vice President of Development and Core Services. Allie, what's the latest with Scimitar?
Oh boy, we've had a lot going on over the last 12 months. This includes the announcement of Synergent Intelligent Query, which allows users to pull up specific documents from Synergy directly from the core, as opposed to needing to log into it separately. We also completed a couple rounds of cross-account change enhancements, which include updates to mail overrides, and we've added low name pledge and bad address warning removal functionality. Additionally, we announced a new CU workflow tool that allows credit unions to launch multiple solutions, programs, forms, etc. in succession. We also created an available line of credit listing, which allows the credit union to produce a listing of members not fully utilizing their line of credit. And we developed the missing information report, which includes missing information such as birth dates, socials, tax IDs, and incomplete addresses. And that's actually just a few.
Wow, that's all really exciting. So what else is in development?
Well, there is certainly still a lot going on. Within the next 6 months, we are working to develop a new commercial loan risk tracking solution and a branch health dashboard. We're also enhancing the ACH item summary, e-loan history, e-receipt reporting and functionality, and potentially more. Last but certainly not least, we've made great strides with our core consults. Jen Berry and her team are doing everything they can to ensure our credit unions are getting the most out of their investments.
Where do these new ideas for solutions come from?
Almost all of these new solutions and enhancements are based on feedback or requests directly from our credit unions. However, we've identified a couple based on questions, comments, and other market feedback too. Our team loves working on these solutions and enhancements that bring efficiencies and solve everyday credit union problems.
Great stuff, Allie. Thanks so much for this update.
Synergent's partnership with Fiserv is enabling credit unions to offer their members credit and debit card services through a single platform tied directly to the core. Over the last 6 months, Synergent's payments team has adopted several new initiatives, enabling credit unions to offer competitive payments products while protecting them from risks. Products including Card Hub, contactless cards, Card Risk Office Select, MoneyPass, and much more. Joining us to talk more about this is Corinne Sherman, Synergent's Vice President of Payment Sales and Consulting. Tell us, Corinne, what makes these new payment initiatives so important to credit unions and their members?
Thanks, Tim. Not only is it important to provide members with payment options that are secure and convenient, but being able to meet your members where they are is important. Some of your members want to engage with the cards as they traditionally have, while many members would prefer a digital way of engaging and managing those cards.
This sounds like what Card Hub can provide. Don't you agree?
This is what Card Hub can provide. Members want to manage their card on their terms, whether it's obtaining their card credentials when the card is out of reach, managing their cards on the go through self-service tools, or accessing insights as to how they are spending. Card Hub empowers members to do it all from a single app.
Yes, they do, Corinne. Back over to you, Jen.
Turning now to our crime beat, we want to update you on a story we brought you earlier this year. In 2019, card skimming devices were placed in gas pumps and stations across New England. The skimmers used technology that was so advanced at the time, law enforcement in the region was unfamiliar with it. Synergent worked with the Boston field office of the Secret Service to provide them with information that contained where our members' cards were compromised. This information helped the Secret Service track down the locations of several skimming devices. On the phone with us now is Rebecca Higgins. She's the Vice President of Payments at Synergent. Rebecca, what can you tell us about this card skimming scheme? It sounds like it resulted in significant fraud.
Hi, Jen. It did. Over 4,800 card numbers were compromised.
And were the perpetrators behind the scheme caught?
Yes, they were apprehended, at which point they entered a plea deal, resulting in minimal sentencing, but at least it was something.
Before we let you go, what are you seeing in terms of fraud trends? What should credit unions be on the lookout for?
The most common types of fraud continue to be account takeover situations. This is where someone pretends to be either one of your members calling into the credit union to obtain information, or possibly someone pretends to be a representative of your credit union, or a fraud monitoring system where they reach out to your members. In addition to that, BIN attacks continue to be prevalent for our credit unions.
Thanks, Rebecca.
Synergent's marketing services team also had another great year. 3 credit unions that partnered with Synergent were honored with CUNA Diamond Awards, and 5 won 2023 MAC Awards. The marketing service team also released its new payments marketing toolkit and new marketing strategies around top of wallet, auto and recreational vehicle lending, and home lending. Going forward, the team will continue helping credit unions use data-driven marketing to connect to their members.
That's wonderful news, Tim. Well, that about does it for today's edition of Synergent News Now. More news will be posted on this screen throughout the day.
There's certainly been a lot of change at Synergent, but our deep commitment to helping credit unions succeed and improve the lives of their members has only increased. The year ahead looks to be one of the best ever for Synergent.
It sure does. Well, it's time to get the 2023 Synergent Connect Conference started. So let's bring on Chris Westcott and Stay Classy Connect. No, she's over there.